Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a really quick update on how we're going to be ending our school year this year, how we're going to finish. You do see a lot of videos about how to start your homeschool, how to get your year going. Well, this is about how we are finishing our year. Today is near the end of March, it's like mid to late March. So we are definitely winding down. We aren't finished, but we're winding down. So the things that I'm having the kids do right now, they're things that if we don't finish it by the end of the school year, I'm not really gonna care that much, and we can easily pick back up again in the fall. I'll just take a quick second and introduce myself. My name is Marianne. I'm a homeschool mom of 2 kids, and this channel is all about homeschooling and homemaking. So if those are the things that you're into, click subscribe. My goal in all of my videos is to encourage you as the homeschool mom and to let you know that you're not alone and that you're doing a good job. Okay, let's get right into today's stuff. Cut the chit chat, right? So let's get right into it. Now, I talk about morning journals a lot. And actually, if you go to my website, I will link it down in the description box. But if you go to my website, I have a couple posts written up with all the details on morning journals, what they are, how we use them, and how they have literally transformed our homeschool. So I will link that in the description so that you can go check that out. If you're looking for something to help you get your morning routine started, get everybody, into the school mood and happy, then morning journals, in my humble opinion, are the way to go. It has worked so well for my kids. So I will link that in the description. You can go check that out. But these are the kids' morning journals. They've gone through, I want to say this is their 4th or 5th notebook this year. But these we will continue right until the end of the school year. And they may even end up with some summertime morning journals, because through the summer, even though we are not going to do our normal school routine, I do find that the kids crave a little bit of routine. So I may give them some journals to have as their summer journals, and then they can write in these and draw pictures every morning after breakfast just to kind of start their day. If they want to. I'm not going to enforce that, but I am going to have them, I think I'm going to have them available to them if they choose to use them. But these are great. We will continue these right until the end of the year. Again, I'm not going to go into all the details of exactly what these are, but I will link in the description box some things for you to go check out, some links that you can click on. I'll just take you to my website. You can do a read through of what these are, and maybe you're going to decide to use them in your homeschool. They really have been a game changer for us, and I can't see us ever being without homeschool morning journals. Now, for math and language arts, for my son, those things have not changed. For language arts, my son is using The Good and the Beautiful, level K, and this has been working really well for him. So we just started him on this after Christmas. Now, my son is 6, he's in grade 1, and he probably could, to be honest, do the level 1 for this, but I wanted to get him through level K first, just to make sure he had a really good, strong foundation. And I don't think he's going to need to do this entire course book, but I'm just working our way through it with him now to make sure he has a solid foundation. We will not finish this by my rooster. You're probably going to hear my rooster and my chickens, because they're milling about, looking in the windows at me right now as I speak. We're not going to finish this by the end of the school year, I can guarantee it, but that's okay, because I think for next year we're going to pick up in level 1 and just go from there. But this is working really well for him. It's easy. He can do it, not easy as in not challenging, but there's independent work that he can handle. So this has been working well. We're going to stick with this for the remainder of the year, and then we're either going to pick it up again in the fall, or I may put him into level 1. Now, the one thing that I actually just started with him, and yes, I have introduced a few new things into our homeschool within the last week, even though it is March, because to me, it's not that big of a deal if we don't finish something by the end of our school year, which is the end of, usually middle of June. We don't homeschool through the summer, but if we haven't finished it by the middle of June, then that's okay. We're either going to drop it if we realize that it's not worth going back to, or we'll just pick it back up again in the fall. Like, there's no shame in that, and it kind of saves money, because then we don't have to buy all new curriculum in the fall. So The Good and the Beautiful, they offer a lot of their curriculum as free downloads. They're handwriting curriculum. They don't offer the whole thing as a free download, but you can download their sample pages and print those out just to try them and see if they work for you. So that's what I've done for my son. I printed them out and put them in his binder. And this is the Good and the Beautiful. Let's see if I can open this. Level 1 handwriting. So he has been working on the doodles and pre-writing for littles from The Good and the Beautiful, but he has surpassed that. And then I was just having him practice his letters in just like a handwriting pad where I would write the letters and he would copy them. But this is a little bit more structured. So I printed out the sample pages for him just to see how it would go. And he actually really enjoys it. So he just started this a couple days ago. So he did, 1, 2 pages. So I'm going to have him work through the sample pages in this for the remainder of this school year. If it works well for him, and if I feel like it's the right level, then in the fall, I'll purchase the entire handwriting book and start him on that in the fall. So that's one way that you can go about trying out new curriculum, is if they either offer it as a free download or sometimes, such as that, they will have sample pages. Just print out the sample pages and have your kids work with those. If it's working really well, then you feel better about spending money on the curriculum. But if it's not working out so well, it doesn't matter. Just toss it and try something else. So that's what we're doing for his handwriting. Now, for his math, we've been working our way through the level 1 Good and the Beautiful math for him, and he is almost done this. So he only has, I want to say, 12 more lessons left in this course book, and then he'll be done it. So he'll actually be finished this before the end of the school year. So once he's done this, and this has been phenomenal, this level 1 math for him has been exactly where he's at. He's learned so much. Once he's done this, I don't want him to just go months and months and months without doing math. So I think what I will do at that point is just go online and get some printables and things like that, print a few things out for him so he can just maintain the practice of doing his math skills. But we will be finishing his entire math curriculum probably within the next couple of weeks, which even though I don't stress if I don't finish something, I gotta say it feels really good when we do. Okay, so for my daughter, her math is online. She's doing teaching textbooks, and we've mapped out a plan so that she can be completely finished this year's math by the end of May. She doesn't want to do any of that math in June, and she likes math, but she just wants to be done with her math program by the end of May. So we've gone onto the calendar and we've mapped out exactly how many lessons she needs to do each day to be done by the end of May. So she is working her way towards that. She'll be done that. And then for her, I will probably do the same thing. Just do a few printables, just things to keep some of the facts fresh in her mind. So she's not going, June, July, and August without any of it. But I'm certainly not going to go overboard. I mean, we'll review things in the fall. It's not that big of a deal, but I will do just a few little things for her in June, just so she doesn't start forgetting the things that she just finished learning. Now, we did just start something brand new for her. Again, I know it's March, but we just started her on a brand new language arts curriculum. But again, I'm taking the exact same approach with this as I am with my son's handwriting. So it's the Good and the Beautiful level 4 language arts. So what I did is I went online and I downloaded the full free curriculum from the Good and the Beautiful level 4 language arts, because you can get all of their language arts curriculums for free on their website. Download them, print them off yourself. It is amazing. So what I did is I downloaded the whole thing, but I only printed out the first 10 lessons because, as you know, paper and ink, it all costs money. So I only printed out the first 10 lessons and I put them in a binder. I let her pick out a new binder, so that was exciting for her. I put everything in a binder and she's just working through the very first 10 lessons in this course. So the reason I printed out only 10 is because, much like my son's handwriting, I want to make sure that this is the right curriculum for her, that it's the right level for her. Maybe she will be ready for the level 5. So I didn't want to go and print out everything and then her either hate it or realize that it's not the right level for her and then have wasted all that paper and ink. So I printed out the first 10 lessons. She's going to complete those, and then we'll reassess at the end of those 10 lessons and see how it works for her. If it's something that is working really well, I'll go ahead and print out the rest of the curriculum, and she'll work her way through it until the end of the school year, and then we'll just pick it back up again in the fall. If it's not working well for her, then we'll ditch it, and I will find something new for her for September. The other thing I printed out from that curriculum is the personal reader, which is great. It's a book. You can purchase the book from The Good and the Beautiful. But again, I didn't want to spend the money. It's all about staying on a budget. So I printed off the personal reader, and I have that all printed out here. I did not print out the full book. Again, I only printed out the first story in that book because I didn't want to waste my paper and my ink. So within the 10 lessons that I printed out in the curriculum, it does include her reading this first story. So I went ahead and printed out this story, got it all ready for her to go, and she'll work her way through this now for the remainder of the year, and then we'll see how it goes. Just yesterday, the kids and I started our final unit study for the year, and that is the marine biology unit. This one we've actually had printed off for a couple of years, and we just have never gotten to it. But I felt like they were ready, and now is the time. My son especially has a huge interest in marine life and sea creatures and things like that. So I figured this would be a good one to do now because, again, it's not something that we absolutely have to finish by the end of the year. I mean, you can have a very successful childhood and adult life if you don't ever learn marine biology. So it's not like it's something we have to do. It's definitely an extra. So I figured let's get started with it. We'll see how we like it. And if we finish it by the end of the year, great. And if not, we can pick it back up in the fall or we can leave it. It doesn't matter. But this has been really nice. Again, we just started it yesterday, but it was full of experiments and the kids absolutely loved that. And it comes with some really nice readers, which I did actually purchase from The Good and the Beautiful a couple years ago. So this wasn't a recent thing, but I purchased the physical books for this, and they're beautiful pictures, really captivating for the kids. So we're going to be reading these together during our homeschool time as well over the next couple weeks, and these will complement everything in the curriculum. The other thing that goes along with that is each kid has their own science journal. So I just got another binder. I made a little cover photo for it, and then they each have their own section. My son didn't want, I said, decorate a cover. If you guys can relate to this, my son is 6. All he wanted to do was go play with his truck. So I said, you can make a cover for your science journal. And this is what he did. He wrote his name, and this up here, that's an octopus. So this was my son's. He was like, yeah, that's good. That'll work. And then my daughter, well, this is hers. She's the artsy one, and she's 11. So she was all over this assignment. So she made quite the cool cover page, but I have a feeling he's going to add to his within the next couple of days. But this is their science journal. So this is where they write their observations. Any worksheets that they complete will go in here as well. So it's all printed out. I just stick it in a 3-ring binder, and it works really well. Okay, so the very last thing is our devotional book. Now, I'm about to buy, there's another one. Well, actually, there's a couple more by him, Louis Giglio. We've been reading through this one, Indescribable, and we have read and reread the same devotions over and over, but they're not getting old. The kids still love them. We will continue this, but I am going to get his other one. I forget what it's called. I don't know. I'll link this one, and then I'll link the other one as well, because I'm forgetting what the other one is called that we're going to be using. But we're going to keep going with this, and then I'm going to get the new one. I'm going to order it probably in the next day or so, and then start that. And then we will read that for the remainder of the school year, and then pick it up again in the fall as well. I can't say enough good things about this devotional book. It's just exactly long enough. It's not too long. It's not too short. Each entry is just long enough to be interesting and hold your child's attention. And it's all just really, really creative. Everything in here is linking God to creation. There's some really cool pictures. I do recommend this. So this is what we're using for our devotional, and we're going to start the other one once we get it. And that's it. that is what we're finishing out our school year with. We've changed a few things since the beginning of the year. We have changed Rebecca's language arts curriculum twice, actually, and we've done multiple unit studies. We've introduced Bennett's language arts. We've changed his handwriting. So we've changed things through the year, but that's how it goes. So if you're a new homeschooler and you feel like you have to stick to one thing because you bought it, or one thing because, so-and-so said it will work well, but it's not working well for you, it's just not, maybe it's not working well for you or your kids, or maybe it's just downright boring. Like some curriculum, it's not interesting and you want your kids to be engaged. I know I want to be engaged when I'm teaching this to them. So it's okay to change. It's okay to try new things. It's okay to abandon things if they aren't working for you. And it's also okay to not finish all of your curriculum by the end of the school year. I know that I have good friends that are public school teachers and they say the same thing. If that's any comfort to you at all, most of the time, if not all of the time, they never get through all of their course outline in public school before the end of the year. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't have unrealistic expectations. Enjoy your school year. If you are somebody that schools all through the summer, then fantastic. You're never really on a self-inflicted deadline to finish. You just keep rolling with it. But remember to be flexible, let things go if they're not working for you, and just relax a little bit. And as the year winds down, go outside, enjoy the nice weather, and let life be the teacher for your children. That's all for today. Again, if you haven't clicked subscribe, do so now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.